What's up, bros? Welcome back to the channel of Geth. Geth welcomes you back. It's been a long time for a few reasons. The main one and only reason is that there's no new twerps, but Geth has a state of the collection, pared down collection. And let's start off by opening up this rather nice Asahi dry beer from Japan. We all know everything comes from Japan, and everything's fantastic that comes from Japan. So let's start the video with that. I hope you're all doing well. Love you, bros. Appreciate you, bros. And I've missed you all. And I'm sure you haven't missed me at all. So that's what we've got. We've got a pint of Asahi and what's left of my dive watch collection. Please enjoy the following comments. So this is the State of the Dive Watch Collection Twerpery edition. What is twerpery? Well, I mean, this is pure twerpery, and I'll try how can I define twerpery? I mean, twerpery to me is a man or woman's seemingly insatiable desire for twerps and all twerp-related shenanigans. Sufferers may report symptoms, including but not limited to a constant desire to purchase and own new twerps, a never-ending feeling of sickness and inadequacy due to the lack of new twerps, possibility of feeling bored and unsatisfied with the twerps you currently possess, or shame and anxiety, guilt, all stemming from one's compulsive desire to spend money on twerps, money that is much needed elsewhere for far more important things than a new twerp. Look at my wrist. There's no twerp on it. The list goes on and on. But these are a few tidbits from my own psychological pathology checklist. I'm sure many of you or some of you will concur for the beach and in the face. So what's left in my collection? I mean, that's it now. I have a couple of dress watches, unsellable ones that were gifts, 2 of them. But this is it for me now. The Helson Shark Diver V2, that was sold. The Seiko SLA023 was sold. The Seiko Turtle SRP773, that was sold to Mr. June, so I know where it is. And finally the OSD took about 3 months to sell, but a lovely man named Philip purchased the watch, and what a nice chap, and he's already taken it on holiday to the Great Barrier Reef in Australia. So, throw another shrimp on the barbie, mate. And he's had a great time with it. I sold it for £900 to him. He won't lose a penny on it if he wants to sell it on. And I'm thrilled, as I said to him, that it's gone to somebody who will love it as much as I did. And I only sold it because I needed the money. I had 4 discs and rotors and 2 calipers on my car. Cost £1,000. So that paid for most of that. So what's left? Well, what's left is this SKX007. This is a 2015 007, and this was the first twerp, mechanical twerp, that I ever purchased after suddenly being overcome with a random desire to own a watch. I don't know why I did. I never cared for them before, but this is the one I wanted, and I bought this one first. And this is probably, I mean, it is my favourite watch because it's my oldest watch and it's been around the world with me, and I fucking love it. And you've probably all got one too. This is a K version, and I don't care if it's not JDM and all that stuff. I've loved this watch forever. So this is my first twerp, and I'll never sell it. And it's never been serviced. About 10 years old nearly. And I mean, it's just a beauty. An absolute beauty on the wrist. Still runs like a top, accurate, very accurate. And it's on this Uncle Seiko curved waffle. I think they're about £32 if you want one. I made the mistake of buying the short version, didn't realise, and so it looks a bit silly on a 19cm wrist, but other than that, I can't fault this watch. Absolutely love it. Look at that. So that's the SKX, and as you can see, we're down to 2 Doxas and 2 Seikos. It's been beaten to fuck, but he just comes back for more. So that's that one. Next twerp, well, I mean, how many times have you seen this on the channel? The SLA023. This Time Lord is, you know, this was my grail watch. When I bought this, I knew about this, but it was the SKX007 that I wanted. Could no way afford it back then in 2015. And so eventually, when I had enough money, I bought this. And isn't it just something else? Look at that dent. Still haunts me to this day. And the other scratches and dings. But I mean, I've been wearing it for about 3 years. It's a lovely watch, and it's just great. I've got it on a blue Tropic here. But it's just a pleasure to wear. A pleasure to own. Still the best bezel action I've ever felt. And it's just an absolute, the design of this watch, I mean, I just, look at it. Look at that. What do you think about it? For the beach. So I'll put it on, give you a quick wrist shot. I don't want this to be a long video. Just a quick update from Gaff. So let's get the 023 on the wrist. There it is. Look at him. Unbelievable. He's a tall boy. He wears high. 44mm, but very wearable 44 because, you know, the bezel itself is about 42. It's really, look how he sits. He sits proud. I wouldn't put him on a bunt strap. Get rid of it. Shut the fuck up, bros. That's what's up for the beach. Seiko SLA023J. What an absolute time warrior. A wizard of horology. Look at it. So next up is my behemoth, the Doxa Sub 1500T. This is the Sea Rambler. It's a massive 45mm twerp with a 1500 meters of water resistance, because we need that. Jenny family logo on the case back, 160 atmospheres, and this one is no joke. I mean, you don't want to even wear this all day. It's so heavy, after about 3 hours, you want to take it off and have a rest. Now, I'd love to buy the rubber strap for this, but Doxa wants 250 quid just for the rubber strap with no clasp. If you want a clasp, they want £440. Disgusting. And I've actually emailed them to complain, with no reply. On rubber, this would be, it's a 21mm bracelet as well, be aware of that, with the most ridiculous screwed links, screwed lugs, which are only doable with 2 similarly sized screwdrivers and some sort of clamp to squash the watch so you don't completely bugger everything up. Bad design, but great watch. Another flaw with this watch is the bezel, which is misaligned. It's a £2,500 watch, and the bezel is either misaligned to the right or the left. It's worse to the right, so I always have it misaligned to the left. Look, if you leave it here, I think it looks worse. I don't know. Anyway, it's an absolute warrior. It's 16.5 millimeters thick. Helium escape valve. Beautiful, beautiful watch. I love it. And it has this fantastic ratcheting system. So, get rid of that. Finally, in my slimmed down collection is my beautiful Sub 300T. The Sub 300T is a 1200 meter water resistant dive lord for delving into the briny. And he is perfectly aligned, unlike his bigger brother, with his quadrant dial, date window at 3, shroud and protected crown with the jellyfish logo on it. This is the real Doxa logo. That is Doxa's logo, the sailing boat. Very nice. And he is an absolute freak. This one, as you can see, is not on his normal beads of rice. He's on this orange tropic. I think it pairs up very nicely. You got the no decompression dive time table. Comparison between the two. Same watch basically, but this one's just much bigger and more misaligned. Now, one thing I must tell you all about is the disgraceful state of the loom on these Doxa watches. It is an utterly shameful, awful loom. It's awful. It's so bad, I'm afraid, and it's an awful shame. It lasts about 2 seconds, and you know, the heritage and quality of these watches, I don't know why these new ones have such a bad loom. But still, I don't really mind because I just love it so much, and it just looks great on the wrist. This watch, I mean, obviously, for obvious reasons, this watch is the most eye-catching watch in my collection, and when you put it on an orange strap, if you want attention, this will get you attention. Everywhere I go with this on, people are staring at my wrist. And probably that means they think I'm great, but it might not. But what a great piece. And the bezel action is, you know, it's Doxa. Some people think it's awesome, some people don't. I love it! But look at that. Just look at it. For the beach, bro. Stay freaky. Never give up. One of these on your wrist. Fuck that sea stern or tactical frog. You need the real thing. And so that's that one. And that's my collection. Gav's got not a lot else to say, other than to say that I love you all. And I appreciate you all. And hopefully one day we can share twerps together in a place where no one will judge us. And I'll leave you with that sentiment and hope that you'll all return to my channel next time, where I'll be showing off the SKX033. Stay freaky, bros.